How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you may have seen, I have just launched my first gallery space inside the studio, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to make a video talking about why CreateScene is the perfect platform for other creators, creatives, artists, freelancers of all kinds to use this platform to set up your own business. Now, I've been self-employed for half of my lifetime. I've launched Art as the Cure, CreateScene, my own art projects. I've done web design, graphic design, music promotion, all sorts of different things. So I know how difficult it is across the board, whatever scene you're part of, to set up and launch a creative business. And that is why we built CreateScene. Now, currently, if you are starting a new business, you need a website. So you're going to need a domain. You're going to need a web platform to build it on, something like Wix or Squarespace or one of the others. So you're going to have monthly or yearly fees to be able to do that. Once you have that, you're going to need to plug in a shop section or a booking tool. You're going to have to do SEO. You're going to have to list it in places and grow your business in that way. And it's a lot of work and it's very expensive. You're then going to have to do the social media. You're going to have to set up profiles across the board on here, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever it might be, and try and connect with people, try and grow, try and get your brand across, try and stand out from the crowd, try and build your community and find opportunities to start earning. And all of a sudden, you're spread really thin, it's cost a lot of money, a lot of time, and you might not make any ground moving forwards. Now, if there was an easier way to do that, where it was all in one place, where you could have a customizable profile that fit your brand and your personality and your creativity, if you could have a booking tool and a marketplace built into your profile, if you could do the networking and start to build a community of people on your profile and in one place, and have multiple profiles, and all of that is for free, with no paywalls, with no connection limits, with nothing like that, wouldn't it make sense to do it on one platform like CreateScene? So that is what I want to show you today. How easy it is to set up an account, how easy it is to launch a business as a creator on CreateScene. Now I'm going to show you that on the desktop version of the site because it's easier on my laptop to show you that. But we also have an app available on the Apple and the Android store. So if you want to use it on there, go and download that. But I'm going to show you the desktop version. So when you go to the landing page, createscene.com, you're going to see this landing page. And in the top right, we've got a sign up button where all you have to do is put in your artist name, your business name, or your actual name, what username you want it to be, your email, set up a password, your date of birth to make sure that you're over 16, and where you're from, and then you can click sign up and you have a profile. It's as simple as that. I already have a profile that I want to show you today, so I'm going to log in as Rich Simmons Art and set up my gallery space on my profile. Now the first thing you're going to see is the dashboard. This is where I can manage my content, I can see where I am in the world, customize my profile, the latest updates, how much content I've shared, and I can manage my albums, videos, galleries, and stories. This middle get inspired bit is where you can start posting, you can start sharing content, you can see what other people have posted on the stage. You've got your inner circle, which is your top friends. So if you're following 1,000 people and you only want to see your top 5 friends, you can set that up and they will just appear in one filtered feed here. We also have a scenes feed. So when you sign up, you'll be able to list that you're in the art scene or the music scene or the fashion scene or whatever it might be. You can list what scenes that you're part of and then join those communities and start sharing to those communities in specific feeds. You can also schedule posts. Then in Discover, you can find new people to connect with, manage people that you're already connected to, who's been posting stories and whose birthdays are coming up. But today's video is more about setting up a creative business. So what we want to do is firstly set up the brand, and that means customizing your profile, and I want to show you how easy that is to do. So you can go onto the customize bit straight from here, but I want to show you a relatively blank profile just to start. So we have obviously a profile picture set up, which is a GIF, which I think is quite cool to be able to have that. But we're going to change that to, let's select a photo and let's go with this one because this is part of the new exhibition. So let's save that. So already new profile picture, easy peasy. This top bit here, we've got stories, products, photos, and you can flick through that and browse people's content, their services, their videos, things they've been posting. All of that can be done on there. But at the moment, it's still very blank. So we want to add some style, we want to add some branding and some customization. So on your profile, you'll be able to see another button here, Customize Profile. Now the first thing is setting up a background and a banner image. And I want this to fit the gallery theme. So I want to go in here, go into Piece Exhibit, which is all the new photos. And then I want to use this first picture for my background image and a different angle of the gallery for my banner. And then we are going to save and continue. That takes you through to the panel design, and that is for the backgrounds and the pods the content sits into, the text colors, social media icon colors, links, username, and buttons. You can pick and select all of these different colors. But what is really cool with this is we have a feature where you can create a color wall using a piece of AI that we developed to scan your image and pull out the key colorways that you can put in there. So I think I'm going to go for this pink color. Click that and it automatically copies it. And we're going to paste it into my icons and social icons and click save. We can also change the opacity of the pods. So it can be fully opaque, slightly more translucent. So I'm going to set it to about 0.8 there and save that. Then the main design, I still like this black and white, keep it simple. Some people will want black backgrounds with white text or multicolored backgrounds with random text. You can do all of that and fit it to your brand, but I'm going to keep it black and white with an accent color. Save that. And then you can go into profile tabs and you can select what you want the first thing people see. So if you want your posts from your feed, you can drag the stage to the front. If you want it to be your services, if you're listing a shop or a business that you want people to book a time slot for, then you can set that up with My Services and put that as the first thing people see and click Save Changes. And then let's go and check out what that looks like by going up here, clicking the profile picture, and already that looks so much better. We've got the background image of the gallery show. We've got My Services are the first thing you see. We've got the banner image, which you can customize by clicking on this, and then you can drag to reposition it a little bit better. So let's pop that to there and put the tick in. Much better. And then down the side, you've got all of your key information, stats, a little bio up here, my other social media handles. You can put something from your YouTube channel. If you're a musician, you can put a Spotify thing. You can do that, let me show you that really quickly, by going back into Customize Profile, clicking on Media Portal, and then you can add a YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Music playlist or video into here. Click Save Changes, and that will appear on the profile design just here, so people can see your latest videos or your latest music. So already, this page is much more suited and in tune for the new exhibition, but there isn't something set up for people to book a time slot to be able to visit. And that's the goal with this gallery is I want people to be able to book an appointment, come and spend time with me privately without other people interrupting, get a full studio tour, see where the work is made, and then come and see the artwork, hang out with me, learn about it, hear the pieces, hear the stories. That's what we want. So we're going to go into bookings down here. Now, in the top right, if you aren't already set up, if you're a new business, you'll see something saying, become a seller. I'm going to show you that quickly on another profile, really simply by going into this top right menu and switching accounts. Now, you can have accounts as many as you want. If you want a personal account to make friends and then a business account, you can set up multiple accounts and switch them really easily in here. So let's go into the new scene because I know that hasn't been set up as a business. And if we go back into bookings, you'll see that become a seller bit at the top. If you were to click that, you can set up your information, your business description, and then submit that at the bottom. We will then approve that if it's a legit business, and then you can start using it to set up your services and your products. If you go back to Rich Simmons Art, I can then show you how easy it is to do that. So let's go into bookings. So I want to set up my services. I'm going to create a new service because I've already got a couple there for murals and public speaking. We want one for the gallery show. So let's go into the service name, call it gallery show, service description, private viewing. We can select the scene it's in. So when you're going into the bookings, you can actually browse for opportunities. So if you need an artist, you could browse the art scene and see people that list their services for murals, for exhibitions, for custom painting jobs, or whatever it might be. We are a time-based slot for this gallery in particular because I want people to come down, spend an hour with me, and be able to enjoy the exhibition in private. Let's do per hour, so people can come down. We want to do it for free, but you can set your price here. If you're a hairdresser and it's £100 an hour, then you can set your price here for an hour session. You can then set up what days that you're open. So it could be Monday all the way through to the weekend. Let's go, just to show you quickly, Monday from 10 until 6. That is what we want. But again, I'll add multiple days. I'm just showing you quickly. And then let's set a picture for the gallery show. That is my service photo. You can also add an album. So if you have a portfolio set up on your profile, a gallery of pictures specific to that service. So as I said, if you do hair and you want photos of the hair that you've done, or if you're a tattoo artist and you want to show photos of particular tattoos that people are booking, they can go into the bookings, browse the services, see your portfolio in the booking bit, and be able to see how good you are at that. I haven't set that up yet, so I don't have one. But you can see down there I've got galleries already from my profile that I could have selected. It is an in-person session, so we can then set up the address, 12 Queen Square, Brighton, and create service. There you go, service has been successfully created, which you can see there. So if we go back to my profile, you can then see here on my profile, which everyone else will be able to see when they're browsing, gallery show. They can click that and then book their viewing. If you go back to bookings, you'll see that there. You can browse, as I said, the art scene, for example, and all of these people have listed art services. So we've got Polygram doing murals, digital illustration, we've got Chroma Cane offering fine art, Art as the Cure doing workshops. I've got one down here for pop art murals, and now we've got the gallery show. So it's super easy to be able to discover opportunities, discover events and projects and people offering their services. So that is the booking. If you go into Marketplace, again, it's very similar to bookings where you can set up a product. You can set the price. We've already got a few things here I can show you. We've got the prints that I'm listing. Some Art as the Cure t-shirts have been listed, but it's super easy to do. Or you go into My Products, add a product, and it's the same as the bookings. You select the product name, description, price, images, sizes, whatever that might be, and then create product at the end. And then you can list those on your profile like this. So I've got my 3 prints there. I'm going to add more pieces from the gallery show onto my product section when I have a bit more time, but it's really that easy to do. Now, in terms of fees and things like that, if you're interested, it is free to set up a booking system, a marketplace, and become a seller. When you do that, we have a 15% transaction fee. So if you get booked for £200 for a project, CreateScene will take a £30 transaction fee, and you'll get the rest. And if you get no bookings that month, for whatever reason, there's no fees for that. If you do get a booking, it's 15%, which is lower than other platforms. You can lower that to 5% a month by upgrading your profile to a monthly subscription for a few pounds, which will lower that 15% to 5%, so you'll earn more from each booking and each product sold. But that is how easy it is to customize a profile, list your products, list your services, and have everything built in one place. Instead of a separate website, you can link people out to your createscene.com/for-me-Rich-Simmons-art. I can send that link to people, and people will be able to come on here, browse my services, book their time slot, and this is an exclusive. If you do book a visit to my gallery show through CreateScene rather than my website, if you use CreateScene to book it, I'll give you a free print when you come around and visit. So even more reason to set up a quick profile on CreateScene, use the booking tools, and come down and visit me, and you'll get a free print. I want to show you a couple of other features that we have that will help you grow your business. So if you go into Discover, you can find people that are open to connecting or collaborating. So connecting is for people that want to make friends, that want to use this as a matchmaking tool to make friends, to find people to collaborate with. Or if you're open to collaborating more specifically, you can click collaborating as a tab to find people under, and that will show people that are listing themselves as legit businesses who are here to discover actual opportunities to collaborate. So you can differentiate amateur people or people just doing it as a hobby or just doing it as an interest from people doing it professionally. Because there may be 100 photographers that have just listed it as an interest, and you might get a couple that have listed it as an actual profession that you can book under collaborating. So you can browse in two different ways here. You can discover everyone available or just find new people. But for example, if I wanted to find other artists in Brighton, because that's where I am currently, then I can search for everyone, and all of these people have listed that they are into art. And you can see that in the tab here, which shows the different scenes they're part of. This is the user card, so I can spin that round. I can see more information, so there is me. These are the scenes that I'm interested in, so we've matched up with a couple from my personal account to my professional one, and there's a little introduction that people can see that I'm open to making friends or collaborating or whatever it might be. Art as the Cure has got something different. So you can find and discover people really easily using the networking tools. You can then go into connections and see who you're already connected to. If you need to find someone from a particular scene to remember who they are, to collaborate with, you can go into these and search. I don't know if I have any models, for example, but let's search in my connections. All of these people have listed that they do modeling in some capacity. All of these people have listed that they do art. So it's super easy to categorize and find people that are new and that you're already connected to. On the stage, and this is what I talked about when we first saw the dashboard, is everyone's content. So you can browse, it's super visual, it's a beautiful layout, much nicer than other platforms, I think, where you can see people's content, you can react to it in different ways, you can tell people that their content has inspired you, and keep browsing and finding stuff. If you want to search via scenes, for example, and see what people all over the world are contributing to your scene of interest, let's see what other people are clicking in the art scene, for example. And all of these posts have come from the art scene. I'm also into the painting scene, so all of these posts are from the painting scene. Let's check out the Web3 scene. And all of these posts are about Web3 and NFTs and things. So it's easy to find different communities, different kinds of posts, and contribute to them when you're going in, creating your own post. Let me show you that quickly. You click on this plus button, create a new post, and you can set up a picture. So let's go and show you how that works. Let's upload a new picture, tag this in the art scene, new exhibition. Post that out. There you go, and that is now in the newsfeed for everyone else to see. And if we go into the scenes and we click the art scene, that post is now visible to anyone else that is interested in the art scene, to discover you, to make friends with you, to view your profile. And it's really easy to do that as well. You can just click on someone's profile picture. This is my personal page where I'm just posting behind the scenes pictures and things. And you can see how different this profile looks from my own art account, where we've got different colors, different darknesses, different accent colors, and every profile is going to look different. If we go onto the news scene, for example, that looks completely different, where it's all news articles about art. It's set up as a news feed, so we've got newspapers in the background. Everyone's profile looks different, and that's what makes this so exciting. It brings back the MySpace kind of energy, and that's how you stand out. That's how you stand out from other people on other social media accounts where it's one blank profile, everything looks the same. Here, it doesn't. You can make it look however you want to look. And that is CreateScene really in a nutshell, where you can network with people, you can make connections, you can discover opportunities, you can contribute to communities in the scenes feed, you can have customizable profiles, you can list your services, get booked for different things, sell different things, earn from it, collaborate, and grow your creative business for free, all in one place, and it's super easy. I would love to invite you to check this out, because I really do think that this can change the creative industry in so many good ways. I think it can be a huge leap forward for young creators that don't know how to start a business, that don't know how to go out and build a website and promote that and market that, that don't want to do all the social media and spin all of those different plates. People that just want one place, one platform to get discovered, to start earning, to showcase your personality, to showcase your creativity, build your brand, build your business. Everything you would need to do all of that is on CreateScene. And as I said, it's free to join, it's free to set up, it's free to list your services, it's free to list your products, and it's free to start earning. We've shortened the roadmap from starting a business to having all of the tools in one place massively. That's what we've done, and that is why I'm so excited about CreateScene. So go and check it out, createscene.com. Download the app on the Apple Store or the Android Store. Just search for CreateScene. Don't forget to give us a review and a rating on there so more people see it. Don't forget to check out all the other social media channels that we have. Keep liking this YouTube channel. Keep subscribing. Check us out on Instagram as well, so we can continue to grow the community and reach more people to introduce them to CreateScene. So please come, please join, please share it with your friends. I think this can be something that can make a lot of creatives' lives a lot easier. They can start earning and they can grow a creative business like I'm about to with this new gallery opportunity. So go and check it out. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for taking the tour of CreateScene with me. And I look forward to seeing you on CreateScene and some of you visiting the gallery space in Brighton very soon. Thanks for watching.